I've got 3 massive Celtic stories for you today. Injury updates that could change everything, brutal reactions to Reo Hatate's performance, and the bombshell word Aiden McGeady's just used to describe Dyson Maeda, something you've never heard before. Stick with me right through to the end, because that last one is the real shocker. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 1,000 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let's talk injuries, the part of football nobody loves, but it can define a season faster than the Glasgow rain ruins your trainers. First up, Alistair Johnston. The Canadian lad's been out since that brutal tie against Kairat, and the word was he'd be gone until November. But here's the wee boost. He's healing quicker than expected. He's not back in full training yet, but he's saying he feels really good and he's taking it day by day. You know what that means. We might just see him sooner than the calendar was telling us, and if that happens, it'll be a massive lift down that right-hand side. Now, while Johnston's news is the kind that makes ye smile over a pint, the situation with Cameron Carter-Vickers, that's the one keeping me up at night. The big man was spotted hobbling about in Belgrade against Red Star, clearly not moving as smooth as he normally does. And let me tell you, if there's one player Celtic can't afford to lose, it's CCV. He and Liam Scales have been like a wall at the back. Only 3 goals conceded in all competitions so far. That's no accident. That's a partnership forged stronger than steel. Rodgers must have been pacing the touchline thinking, please no, not again. Because remember, CCV missed most of pre-season already. If he goes down long-term, it's not just a blow. It could rattle the balance of the whole squad. The lad's leadership, his reading of the game, his calmness under pressure, it's irreplaceable. Losing him would be like taking the heart out of our defense. Now, I'm no doctor, but I've seen enough to know when a player's carrying something. And Carter-Vickers limping through the last minutes of that match, it wasn't nothing. The question is, do you risk him and hope he pulls through, or do you sit him down, protect him, and maybe take a short-term hit for the long-term gain? So here's what I want to ask you. If it comes down to it, would you rather see Rodgers rest Carter-Vickers for a couple of games to make sure he's fully fit for the long run, even if it risks us being a bit shakier at the back? Or do you say play him no matter what, because without him, this defense just doesn't look the same? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jai it lordy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. Let's be honest here, Reo Hatate is a proper baller when he's on it. The kind of lad that makes you get off your seat at Paradise and think you're watching pure magic. But here's the thing, it doesn't happen often enough. One week, he looks like the best player in the league. The next, he disappears like the sun in Glasgow. And against Red Star in Belgrade, he fell into the second category. The numbers don't lie. 35 passes, barely over 70% accuracy, 1 tackle, 1 foul, and a who scored rating that's nothing to brag about. That's not the Hatate we know. That's not the lad who can dictate a game and make it his own. And I'll tell you this, the Celtic support didn't hold back either. Focus saying maybe it's time to drop him, give him a wee shake, let him know the shirt's not guaranteed, and they might have a point. Look at the bench, Arne Engels sitting there, Paulo Bernardo ready to go, Luke McCowan desperate for minutes. These aren't passengers, these are lads who can come in and make an impact. Maybe it's time Brendan stops giving Hatate the benefit of the doubt and shows him that competition means business. If you're not delivering, someone else gets the nod. That's how big clubs work. Thing is, we've all seen Hatate at his best and that's why it stings more when he turns in performances like that. You can't carry passengers in Europe, not when every mistake costs you. And as good as he can be right now, he's blowing hot and cold. So let me throw this straight at you. Is it time Brendan Rodgers finally drops Hatate to the bench and gives lads like Engels or Bernardo a proper run in the side? Or do you keep the faith and hope Reo finally clicks into gear? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's giant. Loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. Now, here's a headline I never thought I'd be saying out loud. Aidan McGeady calling Dyson Maeda lazy. Lazy. Dyson, come on, that's like saying the Sucky Hall Street never sees rain. It just doesn't happen. This is the lad who runs himself into the ground every single match. The guy who chases lost causes like his life depends on it. If there's one thing you can't accuse him of, it's laziness. But McGeady was on the BBC giving it big licks after the Belgrade draw, saying Maeda's not an out-and-out striker, not the focal point, and that the ball just kept coming back. And he's not wrong about that part. Brendan started him through the middle again, and it just didn't click. We've seen this before. Dyson's a menace out wide, where he can stretch teams, burn full-backs for pace, and press like a madman. Stick him up top, and you lose a lot of that chaos energy he brings. McGeady compared it to that Kairat game, saying the ball just wasn't sticking. He even mentioned the offsides piling up and dropped that word, lazy. Now, I get what he was trying to say, but you and I both know that's not the right word for Maeda. Call him raw, call him limited in certain positions, but lazy, nah, that's never been his problem. If anything, sometimes he's too eager, chasing everything until he's burst. Here's the bigger issue, though. If Brendan keeps trying to force Maeda into a role that doesn't suit him, are we wasting one of our most effective weapons? You saw what happened when Iheanacho came on. Bang, straight away, we had a proper focal point, someone holding it up, linking play, and even getting a goal. That balance just looks better. So here's my question to you. Should Dyson Maeda be dropped from the striker role altogether and used only as a winger, where he's at his devastating best? Or do you still give him chances through the middle, hoping he eventually cracks it? What do you think? Is McGeady out of order calling him lazy, or does he actually have a point? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's giant lolly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs.